Jardin Pee Wee Walker was a 23-year-old entertainer from Ferguson, Missouri, known for his vibrant personality, music, and reality TV presence. He gained attention as a contestant on the Zeus Network dating show, 2 Ways with Erica Mena in 2025, where he competed for love and connected with fans for his energy and charm. Despite his rising profile, Jardin lived a grounded life outside the spotlight, working as a delivery driver and staying close to family and friends. In January 2026, tragedy struck. On January 20th, Jardin was reported missing after he didn't show up as planned to meet his sister for a ride home. Police traced his phone to an alley in St. Louis's Central West End. The next morning, investigators found Jardin fatally shot. He was pronounced dead at the scene at just 23 years old. A suspect was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, armed criminal action, and evidence tampering in connection with his killing. Friends, family, and fans mourned Jardin's loss, remembering him as a bright, young talent whose life and potential were cut far too short. Youngin Ace, born Keonta Darnell Bullard on February 12, 1998, is an American rapper from Jacksonville, Florida, known for his raw, emotional storytelling. His life changed forever on June 5, 2018, when he survived a deadly drive-by shooting that killed 3 of his close friends, including fellow rapper Youngin Trey D. Ace was shot multiple times and barely survived, spending months recovering. The tragedy deeply shaped his music, leading to heartbreaking songs like Pain and Survivor, which helped him rise to national fame. Despite ongoing street violence, legal issues, and the loss of friends, Youngin Ace is still alive and continues to use music as a way to cope with trauma, tell his story, and represent the harsh realities of his upbringing. Alex Preddy was a 37-year-old intensive care nurse from Minnesota who worked at a Veterans Affairs hospital and was known by friends and colleagues as compassionate, calm, and dedicated to helping others. He spent years caring for critically ill patients and was deeply respected in his community. In January 2026, during protests in Minneapolis, Alex was present while filming events on his phone and attempting to assist people around him. During an encounter with federal law enforcement, he was pepper sprayed, restrained, and fatally shot. His death sparked national attention, protests, and calls for transparency and accountability, with many questioning the circumstances surrounding the use of force. Alex Preddy is remembered not for the controversy of his final moments, but for his life as a healer whose commitment to saving lives ended in a tragic and highly debated incident. Charlie Kirk was born on October 14, 1993, in Illinois, and became one of the most prominent conservative political activists in the United States after founding the youth-focused organization Turning Point USA in 2012 at just 18, building it into one of the largest conservative student movements with chapters on hundreds of campuses and a powerful media presence that helped shape Republican-aligned youth politics. He became a frequent commentator, author, and close ally of Donald Trump, known for his fiery speeches, podcasts, and evangelism of free markets and limited government, though his career was also marked by controversy, vigorous debate, and criticism from opponents across the political spectrum. On September 10, 2025, while speaking at a Turning Point event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, Kirk was fatally shot during the outdoor gathering, suffering a neck wound and dying from his injuries at age 31. An assassination that stunned the nation, led to an arrest and murder charges against a suspect, and sparked widespread discussion about political violence and security at public events, with his legacy continuing to influence conservative activism even after his death. Reginald "Reggie" Carroll was a dynamic American comedian, actor, and producer whose career spanned decades, earning him recognition for his infectious energy and sharp wit. From performing on iconic stages like Showtime at the Apollo to appearing in TV shows such as The Parkers and producing his own projects, Reggie became a beloved figure in the comedy world. Born in the early 1970s, he dedicated his life to entertaining audiences, touring across the United States and mentoring young comedians, leaving an indelible mark on the industry. Tragically, on August 20, 2025, during a tour stop in South Haven, Mississippi, Reggie was fatally shot and later passed away at a Memphis hospital at the age of 52, his sudden death shocked fans and fellow performers alike, sparking an outpouring of tributes that celebrated not only his talent but also his generosity, humor, and the joy he brought to stages and screens everywhere. Reggie Carroll's legacy lives on, through the laughter he inspired and the lives he touched, reminding the world of the power of comedy to connect and uplift, even in the darkest moments. Jonathan Joss, born on December 22, 1965 in San Antonio, Texas, was a talented actor, musician, and Native American of Comanche and White Mountain Apache descent, who became widely known for his voice role as John Redcorn on the hit animated series King of the Hill, a role he performed throughout most of the show's run. He also appeared on screen as Chief Ken Hotate in Parks and Recreation and had roles in notable films like True Grit and The Magnificent Seven, while also performing music with his group, the Redcorn Band, showcasing his passion for Native American culture. In January 2025, tragedy struck when his home in San Antonio caught fire, resulting in the loss of his beloved dogs and leaving him devastated. Later that year, on June 1, 2025, Jonathan Joss's life was cut tragically, short at the age of 59, when he was shot and killed following a confrontation with a neighbor, with the suspect subsequently arrested and charged with murder. Despite his untimely death, Joss had already completed voice work for the upcoming King of the Hill revival, leaving a lasting legacy through his performances, music, and the impact he had on fans and colleagues who remember him as a kind, talented, and culturally influential figure. Robin Kay was a highly respected music supervisor, born in 1955, who made a significant mark in the television and music industry. She began her career working in artist development and music licensing before founding her own company, Synchronicity, where she represented top artists and secured music rights for major TV productions. Robin is best known for her long-standing work as the music supervisor on American Idol from 2002 to 2023, as well as contributions to shows like Lip Sync Battle, The Singing Bee, and Miss Universe, earning multiple accolades from the Guild of Music Supervisors for her exceptional work. Beyond her career, she shared a life with her husband, musician Thomas "Tom" DeLuca, and was beloved in both the music and television communities. Tragically, on July 10, 2025, Robin and Tom were shot and killed in their Encino, Los Angeles home, in what authorities believe was a burglary gone wrong. Their deaths shocked fans and colleagues alike, and the suspect, 22-year-old Raymond Budarian, was arrested and charged. Despite her untimely passing, Robin's legacy lives on. American Idol dedicated its 2026 season to her memory, honoring the immense impact she had on the show, the artists she worked with, and the broader music industry. Johnny Wachter, born John William Wachter III on August 31, 1986, in Charleston, South Carolina, was a talented American actor known for his dedication and heart. He gained fame through his role as Brando Corbin on General Hospital, appearing in over 160 episodes between 2020 and 2022, and also made appearances on popular shows like Army Wives, Westworld, The OA, and Criminal Minds. Beyond television, he acted in films and voiced characters in video games, earning respect for his professionalism and generosity. Tragically, on May 25, 2024, at the age of 37, Johnny Wachter was fatally shot in downtown Los Angeles while courageously shielding a female co-worker from thieves attempting to steal his car's catalytic converter. His sudden and heroic death shocked fans and the entertainment community alike. Despite his life being cut short, Johnny Wachter's legacy lives on through his memorable performances, the lives he touched, and the bravery he displayed in his final moments, leaving a lasting mark on Hollywood and the hearts of those who knew him. If you want, I can also make an even bigger, more dramatic. Elizabeth Lisa Lopez Galvan, born in 1980 in Kansas City, Missouri, was a beloved radio DJ, community volunteer, wife and mother who touched countless lives with her vibrant personality and love for music. Known as DJ Lisa G, she brought Tejano music to the airwaves and local events through her weekly show, A Taste of Tejano on KKFI 90.1 FM, spreading joy, laughter, and connection to everyone she met. Beyond her music, Lisa was a devoted wife to her husband Mike and loving mother to her children, Mark and Adriana, always putting family and community first. Tragically, on February 14, 2024, during the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade, gunfire broke out near Union Station and Lisa was struck. Rushed to the hospital, she passed away during surgery at the age of 43, leaving behind a grieving community that mourned the sudden loss of a woman whose spirit was larger than life. Her infectious smile, generous heart, and dedication to bringing people together through music continue to inspire tributes, vigils, and memories across Kansas City, ensuring that while her life was cut short, her legacy will never be forgotten. Brian Robert Thompson was born on July 10, 1974 in Ames, Iowa, where he grew up with a passion for learning and leadership, earning top honors in high school, and later graduating with highest distinction in business administration from the University of Iowa in 1997, before launching his career at PricewaterhouseCoopers. After 6 years, he joined United Health Group in 2004, steadily rising through leadership roles and eventually becoming CEO of United Healthcare in 2021, where he led the largest health insurance business in the United States and was known by colleagues as a sharp, ambitious executive and by his family as a devoted father and husband of 2 sons. But on December 4, 2024, while in Midtown Manhattan for a company investor conference, Thompson was fatally shot outside the New York Hilton Midtown in a targeted pre-dawn attack by an assailant who fled the scene and was later arrested and charged with murder and terrorism. Thompson was rushed to hospital but died from his wounds, his death prompting national shock, a manhunt and court proceedings against the accused, and widespread discussion about the pressures and controversies surrounding America's healthcare industry, even as his loved ones remembered him as a generous, family-oriented leader taken far too soon. Charles Andrew Jones II, better known as Julio Fulio, was an American rapper and rising star in the Florida drill scene. Born on June 21, 1998, in Jacksonville, Florida, where he grew up amid street life and gang culture and began making music in his teens, gaining attention with breakout tracks like Voodoo and Crooks and albums such as Life of Me, Final Destination, and Resurrection, with his lyrics often reflecting his struggles, losses, and the violence around him. He was affiliated with the 6th Block Set and had endured several shootings throughout his career, including being wounded in Houston and in Jacksonville, and he had a high-profile feud with fellow Florida artists that mirrored real tensions in his community. On June 23, 2024, just 2 days after celebrating his 26th birthday, Fulio was fatally shot in the parking lot of a hotel in Tampa, Florida, in what police described as an ambush by rival gang members. 3 others were wounded, and several suspects were later arrested in connection with the killing. His death sent shockwaves through the rap community, highlighting the dangers that surrounded his life and career and marking the end of a controversial but influential figure in the Jacksonville drill music scene. Dylan Colby Lyons was born on March 11, 1998 in Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania, and grew up with a passion for telling stories and serving his community, eventually studying journalism and political science at the University of Central Florida, where he anchored and reported for the Student News and earned recognition before launching his professional career at HGB-TV 20 in Gainesville, and later joining Spectrum News 13 in Orlando as a multimedia journalist. Known by colleagues and friends as a dedicated, confident, and driven reporter who loved his work and the communities he covered, Dylan was living his dream chasing the news when tragedy struck on February 22, 2023 at age 24. He was shot and killed while reporting on a homicide in Pine Hills, Florida, when the suspect in the earlier shooting returned to the scene and opened fire, also killing a 9-year-old girl and injuring others, an attack that drew widespread mourning from the journalism world and condemnation from organizations like RSF and UNESCO. His death sparked conversations about reporter safety and led his family to file lawsuits alleging negligence by his employer and local authorities. Dylan left behind his fiancée, Casey, and their shared dreams, and in a poignant continuation of his legacy, Casey is expecting their son, Dylan Lyons Jr., via surrogacy in March 2026, carrying forward a life cut short but not forgotten. Craig DeLew Robertson was born on July 1, 1948, in Spanish Fork, Utah, and lived most of his life in the Mountain West as a firearm enthusiast. Vietnam-era Air Force veteran, welding inspector, and outspoken conservative, who described himself as a MAGA Trumper. In the years leading up to his death, he became widely known, not for community achievements, but for a series of escalating threats posted online against President Joe Biden, federal prosecutors, and law enforcement, including images of guns and violent language that drew the attention of the FBI. Authorities charged him with multiple federal felonies, interstate threats, threatening the president, and threats against federal agents. On August 9, 2023, as FBI agents attempted to serve a search and arrest warrant at his Provo, Utah home, Robertson allegedly resisted and pointed a revolver at the agents, prompting them to shoot and kill him. His death sparked both debate and investigation into the circumstances of the raid, with neighbors describing an older man whose life had taken a controversial turn in his later years. Laura Ann Laurie Carlton was a small business owner and longtime resident of Southern California, known in her mountain community of Cedar Glen for running a local clothing and gift shop and for openly supporting inclusivity and kindness. She lived a quiet life focused on family, work, and community, and she was widely described as warm, friendly, and respectful to everyone she met. In August 2023, her life was tragically cut short when she was shot and killed inside her store after a confrontation related to a pride flag displayed outside, a symbol she supported as a sign of love and acceptance. Laura Ann Carlton was 27 years old at the time of her death, and her passing sparked national conversations about tolerance, hate-motivated violence, and the importance of standing up for human dignity. Takeoff, born Kershnik Kari Ball on June 18, 1994, in Lawrenceville, Georgia, was an American rapper and a key member of the iconic hip-hop group Migos, alongside his uncle Quavo and cousin Offset. Known for his quiet demeanor but sharp lyrical skill, Takeoff brought a unique flow and precision to the group's music, helping craft hits like Versace, Bad and Bougie, and Walk It Talk It, which defined the modern trap sound and earned Migos international fame. Despite his success, Takeoff stayed humble, often avoiding the spotlight while letting his music speak for him. Tragically, on November 1, 2022, he was shot and killed at age 28 outside a Houston bowling alley during an altercation, a shocking loss that devastated fans and fellow artists alike. Takeoff's influence on hip-hop endures, as his smooth delivery, clever wordplay, and dedication to his craft continue to inspire a new generation of rappers, leaving a lasting legacy. Rakim Hashim Allen, better known as PNB Rock, was an American rapper, singer, and songwriter from Philadelphia who rose from a tough childhood marked by violence, losing his father at a young age and struggling with legal troubles, to signing with Atlantic Records and breaking through, with hits like Selfish and Everyday We Lit, gaining national fame and collaborations with artists such as Ed Sheeran, Chance the Rapper, and XXXTentacion. On September 12, 2022, at age 30, while eating at Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles in Los Angeles with his girlfriend, he was shot multiple times during an attempted robbery, believed to be triggered by a location post on social media, and later pronounced dead at a hospital, a tragedy that sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community and highlighted the real dangers artists can face outside of music. He is survived by his 2 daughters and remembered for his melodic blend of hip-hop and R&B, his rise from struggle to success, and the sudden, violent end to a promising career. Brandon Boogie B. Montrell was a beloved comedian and social media star born on October 14, 1979, in New Orleans, Louisiana, who grew up with deep ties to his hometown and a love for storytelling that he turned into a career in comedy and online content. Boogie B began performing and entertaining from a young age, and after surviving hardships like Hurricane Katrina and personal family losses, he moved to Washington, D.C. and later Los Angeles to pursue comedy, performing at clubs and building a loyal following with his stand-up and vibrant personality. He became especially well known on TikTok and Instagram for his hood history, videos that mixed humor with local culture and history, earning hundreds of thousands of followers who loved his take on life and Black community stories. Tragically, on December 23, 2022, at age 43, Boogie B was shot and killed when he was caught in crossfire between gunmen outside a grocery store in New Orleans while visiting family and buying groceries ahead of Christmas. Death that shocked his fans and prompted his mother to speak out against violence and systemic neglect in the city. His legacy lives on through the laughter he brought to thousands and the stories he shared about the city he loved.